welcome to my channel. My name is Jason and I just finished exploring the new content in Ilysia this week. We're going to search high and low together for all the great things the developers have added so far to Ilysia, and I'll do my best to pick just one favorite highlight this week. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am to know what's going on in Ilysia, so let's check it out. This is week 4 of pre-alpha, and it's time once again for the gold and platinum tier Patreon supporters to dive back into the Ilysia pre-alpha world. It's kind of a running joke that Art is always late getting the file out, so we're all watching the channels for any kind of typing from Art to see if he's about to post a link. So everyone gets excited if they see him typing.
He's typing! He's typing!
Hey, we got it! We got the link! And yes, of course, I had to do my traditional AoE frost spell in what I thought was the mage tower, but we'll get back to that.
The tavern in town, the tavern in the birch forest, and the little farm outside of town all have Justin's music in them now. There should be ambient noise in the environment at all times now, so it shouldn't be too quiet anymore. One big thing we did was we got all the hands are more or less fixed at this point. We have a little bit of tweaking to still do, but arms are pretty much a realistic length now for male and female models. But we say, there's still a little bit of touching up that I want to get done on everything. I want the wrist to twist better. But I think we've proven that every week you guys are going to come in and you guys are going to see like a lot of improvements to this. Yeah, we're finally at the point where we're kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't. So we're able, like all the giant trees out in the forest, like we're able to start finally like really decorating. We've got this little bit of ground cover that doesn't eat up a lot of processing power. So we've got a lot of stuff that we're able to start kind of adding in and really decorating everything with.
And of course I had to go pet the furry little boars. And then it was time to attack. But I ran out of mana.
If you guys notice when you're holding weapons, we've been messing with angle snapping too on everything. We're trying to get more of a natural hand feel. I gave you guys too much draw distance this week. I think I need to set it back. Part of the reason for the optimization is we are trying to get like 800 to 1,000 meter view distance on the quest. That is a goal for us, and we really want to hit that. Worst to worst, I just put quest view distance back down a tiny bit to what it was last week, and then everything should run perfectly fine. Quest is suffering a little bit this week just because we're testing out a lot of different stuff. But yeah, next week we should have it back down butter smooth again, the way it normally is.
Well, after my miserable failure with mana and getting a hold of a melee weapon, it was time to enact some revenge on the boar.
The big thing that we've been working on this week, you guys really aren't going to notice it. We've been working like crazy on terrain. So the reason why Oculus Quest has a shorter draw distance is because if we give you guys 800 to 1,000 meter distance for viewing, it runs terribly. It's just, so anyway, Xander and I have been testing out different methods. This one is the best so far. For being able to view far and be able to get really good performance out of it.
So I went through and I optimized most of the foliage. Man, terrain was like a big subject for like visual stuff. Like we already mentioned, but man, like just the days and hours spent doing test builds and trying different things, trying to see what we can get away with on Quest and what we need to do for just everything in the future. So just a lot of optimization stuff.
One thing I've been thoroughly impressed by since pre-alpha started is the foot motion. So whenever I look down and turn my head, turn my body around, my feet follow pretty much the same way my real feet do in the game. It's pretty wild to watch. Okay, let's get to some of the meat of the topic today. There's always a question and answer session, and a lot of people that don't get to be in these events want to know what's being asked and what the answers are from the developers. So let's take a look.
I'll just start from the top. Has Oculus taken it up to you guys yet? If so, are they planning on supporting you before or after launch? Yeah. Can you tell us any more about the other companies that got in touch with you yet? We really can't do the NDA. And we will eventually, I'm sure.
Well, I think we have. I mean, we've already said like we've been approached by
certain people, but we can't.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say who we've been approached by, but yes, I think we're up to 4 different companies now that have reached out to help with. Well, here's what I can say. I can't say this because this is general and it could, it doesn't, say who is doing it. But we've been offered partnership deals. We've been offered funding. We've been offered funding deals. Nothing's set in stone or anything. Yeah, and we've been offered help advertising, help with getting on different platforms. Just like variously reaching out. Hey, we're interested in Ilysia. We love what you guys are doing. We love what we're seeing. We'd like to help. It's just what we're doing with pre-alpha is pretty much helping us get there. In fact, because of the pre-alpha before last, the one that Wishful was in, so I think that was 2 ago. Another sponsor reached out and they want to have a meeting with us and set something up pretty soon because of what they'd seen. So,
is there a possibility of a physical copy of your game? If so, there be limited edition version?
That is our plan with PSVR.
We are actively working on trying to make that happen, but we can't go into details with it. So yeah, same deal.
We want it. We want nothing more than to be able to walk into GameStop ourselves and pick up a copy of Ilysia. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah. Will there be a way to rotate when climbing the rope and have a combat sprint toggle when you don't have to hold on a joystick down? Also, will there be a better indicator or way the weapon is held, like the sword trail on different VR platforms? I said yes to all, and then those features will get polished as we continue developing. Could we get a read-only channel for patrons to see all the asked and answered questions? And so all the asked questions are already visible to anybody that can ask them. I wasn't sure about that until I asked the mods. But as far as the answers go, yeah, I'll try to do that this weekend.
I'll sit down with Xander and help him with that. Yeah, get this stuff answered out.
Magic weapons. Have magic weapons like a wand or staff? Yes. Will there be a PvP only zone? Yes. Possibility to have a cat or dog pet, like a pug pet. Yeah, we have all sorts of.
Yeah, we're doing all sorts of pets. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you'll like what we've come up with. Yeah.
Okay, let me just pause for 1 minute. If you've been watching what's going on in the background while the questions are being asked, there's a freaking mermaid. They put a mermaid in here. That makes me happy. Okay, back to our regular scheduled Q&A session.
Tiger asks, how will skills be learned? Level-based? You just get them as you level, item-based based on what you equip or use. Mission-based, go on a quest to get skill. Some combination of the above. I'm going to say it's going to be pretty much a combination of above. Yeah, so skills will be dynamically learned based off of what type of class you're doing or what type of you're doing. So if it's like gathering versus questing versus killing versus all sorts of stuff. The mechanics will be tested eventually publicly, and until then it's just going to be worked on in the background. As a melee class, will swing harder, faster, result in more damage as opposed to softer, slower. Also, will spellcasting we do more damage for casting accurately and less damage for less accurate hand gestures.
Yeah, I think we'd talked about so for the weapon stuff, we've talked about some stuff with like swinging harder and faster. Well, really, it's just swinging faster.
And then as far as like accuracy, damage bonuses, like for hit zones and stuff, it's something we've discussed for further implementation in Melee.
All right, so now I think it's time for the highlight of the week.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
If one thing stood out this week, it was definitely the airship work they've done on Team 21.
I am going to travel to the airship. Woo!
Is it
Oh yeah, hurry up! If you get onto it, it's a perfect time to get to the airship.
All right, teleporting airship.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Airship. All right. I'm on
God, I love this airship.
I do too.
My favorite part is the going underneath it. Xander's also been working on airship. I think next week you guys are probably going to see this thing all done up, all fancy like. So I just want to gush about something really quick. I'm on the dock of the airship, or the gangplank as it's flying, and I can see myself waving in my shadow on the ground. It's actually kind of cool.
Man, I'm blown away. Like every week I'm like, man, it's taking forever to put that link out, but once it's out, man, you guys are blowing my mind every week. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, that's we're always freaking out when we're late, but then we always hope that what everybody gets into is something that makes up for the time.
I wanted to say, very nice done this time. Like, I'm surprised how far you guys are getting in
you.
just 1 week. I know how much work it is because I do it daily too.
I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to expanding the team at some point and just really getting going on this.
Team 21 Studio really nailed it this week, and I can't wait to see what's in store next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe below. Also, click the notification bell to know every time I post new content. And if there's something you would like to see on my channel, be sure to leave a comment. So until next time, glory and riches to you, my fellow Ilysians.